Y'all, at midnight, Melody Shari Rogers released her statement stating that she would no longer be on Love and Marriage Huntsville. After 9 seasons of sharing with us, she has decided to part ways with the show.
Melody Shari was more than just another cast member. She was the focal point of Love and Marriage Huntsville. On reality TV, however, power dynamics can shift abruptly, as we are all aware. Carlos King intended to remind everyone of the person in command in this specific circumstance. Carlos King is not just any reality TV producer. He is a well-known character. His performance background is obvious. From The Real Housewives of Atlanta to Love and Marriage Huntsville, he has a talent for creating engaging entertainment that draws in people. But he is also well known for his ability to think strategically. He makes stars, but if one of the performers starts to take over, he knows when to switch the topic. That is the reason for his success in this profession. He understands that no one is more significant than the show, and that reality TV is a machine. For a while, Melody and Carlos seemed to get along well at work. But things started to shift as Melody's brand started to expand outside of the program.
That she's around your children?
It does not hurt me, no. More than anything, I go into protective mode. Like, I'm never going to trust someone who adored my family setup so much that they work their ass off to come between it. Of course, with the help of him, but still.
Hey, our children are perfectly fine.
Like that for me, knowing that they are around someone who has said such nasty and things about their mother and about
all those babysitters that you had, 11 babysitters
who said most things
you know
about their father.
11
See how he
babysitters.
defend her? He's bringing up something directly at me when I'm talking about a person who has for years, as he knows, tried to torture and come in between our marriage, DMing me. See, he knows all of those things, and I keep going. So when he sits there and tries to defend, how dare...
Rather than relying solely on marriage and love in Huntsville, she was creating her own kingdom. She was establishing a skincare brand and a singing career that extended beyond reality TV. And when a reality star gets too independent, it can cause problems with producers. There were rumors that Melody and production were at odds. Several insiders said that Melody didn't always agree with the way the program was run. She reportedly took issue with the manner certain stories were being marketed. Rumor also had it that she was irritated by the editing choices. When reality stars believe they are losing control of their own narrative, things can become ugly. Then came the important question. Does Carlos King see Melody's influence as a danger? It wouldn't be the first time a producer has had to make tough decisions when a celebrity begins to gain too much control. If a cast member gains too much influence, they may begin to steer the show. And a producer like Carlos doesn't operate that way. He truly controls the show. He decides what stories will be told and how they will be presented. Therefore, if Melody was pushing back too much, it wouldn't be strange if tensions rose behind the scenes. Then came the moment that caught everyone off guard. Melody Shari stepped back suddenly, but did she truly choose to do so? Or did Carlos King do something in the background? Let's analyze it. Melody's role in the show changed and fans noticed it. She was less conspicuous than before. Some even claimed that her screen time felt different, and that the editing seemed to diminish her presence. Was there a more deliberate maneuver going on here? Or was this a logical development? After that, there were rumors of contract disputes. Some accounts claimed that there were disagreements between production and Melody about a number of matters. Whether it was money, control, or the plot's trajectory, something wasn't adding up. Producers have two choices when a reality TV star starts making demands. Either meet them halfway, or begin to phase them out. Carlos King is known for making administrative decisions when celebs become too powerful. He has already completed it. If a cast member starts to be difficult to work with, or starts to think they can act without the production's help, the relationship changes. Some people believe that Melody experienced that. Carlos might have taken measures to remind everyone in control that she was stepping away from Huntsville's love and marriage, rather than letting her dictate her degree of authority. However, did Melody see the warning signs before it was too late enough? Some supporters claim that she did. They point to moments throughout her interviews when she came across as more distant and reserved. She felt as if something was shifting behind the scenes. If that's the case, was she preparing to leave on her own terms? Or was she intentionally being pushed out? Regardless of your stance, one thing is clear.
So whenever we tend to be rejected,
that hurts our soul, us emotionally.
So my question,
That'll make us do things that we shouldn't do. You know, once we feel that rejection, and I felt it. My ex, she felt it, and that caused us to do things that have hurt. You know, because of that rejection. I didn't think that I would be the person to, going through the divorce, breaking down and crying and stuff like that. I'd never been a person to cry. But this situation made me a little emotional and things like that, especially, my kids, I love them so much.
This fallout was not accidental. Deeper decisions were being made behind the scenes. And now, at last, the complete scene is coming into focus. Some believe Melody was outplayed, while others believe Carlos went too far. The real question, however, is who is winning this battle. Social media swiftly became a battlefield as fans chose sides. Many people chastised Carlos King for his lack of organization and for allegedly manipulating the story behind the scenes. He tends to dismiss strong personalities, according to critics, until they start to push back too strongly. Some fans believe he felt threatened by Melody's increasing authority, which is why he decided to remind her who was in charge. They point to similar incidents on other shows he has produced, in which actors were allegedly let go for taking on too much authority. On the other hand, Melody's fans aren't given up. They see her as being undervalued and possibly even removed from the spotlight because she founded Love and Marriage Huntsville from the ground up. They perceive this not just as a reality TV drama, but as a conscious attempt to deprive a strong black woman who was outgrowing the show of her authority. The hashtag Team Melody gained popularity as fans vented their anger about what they saw as unfair treatment. Many argue that without Melody, Love, and Marriage, Huntsville wouldn't be as vibrant. If she doesn't get the credit she deserves, some even threaten to stop watching. But the conversation doesn't stop there. In Huntsville's love and marriage culture, there have long been allegations of bias. Some viewers believe that certain cast members are intentionally portrayed badly, while others are edited in a more positive manner. Carlos has been accused of eliminating people who don't agree with the idea behind his show, and favoring those that do. Melody supporters argue that rather than being insignificant, she was not given as much screen time because she refused to play the game on Carlos' terms. What does all of this mean for the show's future? This interruption could have major long-term implications. If Melody officially retires, will Love and Marriage Huntsville be able to carry on without her? Some viewers say the show won't be able to maintain the same level of drama and interest without her. Others believe Carlos will merely shift the focus of the show to new characters and plots, keeping it going despite the criticism. One thing is certain, though. This is not a problem that will resolve itself. More significant issues with power, control, and the inner workings of reality TV have been exposed by the confrontation between Carlos and Melody. If you thought Melody was giving up, you were wrong.
What I did that I
Repeat.
so just regret from the depths of my heart. I'm like, if I now it's like it wouldn't this way. You know what I'm saying?
You should have listened.
This is when things start to go weird. She might be the last to laugh, after all. Melody has been posting mysterious hints on social media, and her fans are delving into each message. She claims to be starting a new chapter in her life, but what does it really mean? Some claim that she is getting ready for a big new project outside of Love and Marriage Huntsville, which might involve a reality show of her own. If she was indeed being forced out, what better way to take back control than to design something on her own terms? According to certain speculations, she might eventually divulge some behind-the-scenes information about Carlos King. Melody has always been careful about what she says, but if she decides to tell the truth, things might be different. This might be a significant change for reality TV producers, who often dislike having their behind-the-scenes activities made public if Melody has receipts. Next is the legal side of things. She may be considering bringing a lawsuit against Carlos or the production team. Others speculate. If she was evicted under questionable circumstances, may she rightfully take revenge? Though nothing has been confirmed, this would not be the first time a reality star and a production company have spat over contracts and creative control. But whether Melody will become a sensation on reality TV is maybe the most crucial question. Some business insiders say the situation may even open up new prospects for her. She already has a loyal fan base, and if given the right opportunity, she could expand her brand even further. Whether it's a new program, an open interview, or a completely new business plan, one thing is for sure: Melody isn't done yet. By no means is this the end of the tale. Listen, this podcast is something Melissa is really proud of. But what did he say? It was, to put it bluntly, more questions than answers. Carlos didn't mince words when he talked about Melody leaving, but his response seemed well-reasoned. In interviews and social media posts, he acknowledged the shift in the show, but he never clarified whether Melody was fired or left on her own volition. By portraying it as a natural extension of Love and Marriage Huntsville, he implied that the show was bigger than any one person. But fans weren't convinced. It was perceived by some as conventional damage control, hiding the real issue while keeping everything looking normal. Carlos did emphasize how committed he was to keeping Love and Marriage Huntsville drama-free. But let's be honest, drama is the primary draw for anyone who watches reality TV. When he said he wanted to focus on positive and inspirational stories, fans gave him the side-eye. Ultimately, the program depends on dramatic interactions, turbulent alliances, and unpleasant disputes. If Carlos was truly committed to avoiding drama, would Love and Marriage Huntsville still be around today? As a result, some believe he is setting the stage for a big replacement. The show needs a strong lead character to keep fans interested now that Melody is gone. There are already whispers going around regarding who might become the lead, whether it's a new face being introduced or another cast member.
Teresa, I think to your point, I think anybody who watches the show can see that Melissa wants to be the top, and she has trouble with Teresa constantly winning in the end. And this, I'm gonna tell you, it was the season where Danielle Staub, one of my favorites of all time.
Yes,
it was the season where Danielle Staub, unfortunately, Melissa, like, Teresa told me to pull the hair. When I saw this excitement of Melissa getting the tea, like, well, she did what? And I think of Melissa's mind, she was like.
Some even speculate that Carlos would shift the focus from a single strong personality to several plot lines and couples. But will that be successful or not? Carlos' comment suggests a lot about the future of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Despite his attempts to appear composed, it is clear that he understands the dangers of this transition. When a major performer like Melody departs, it affects more than just the cast dynamics. It also affects ratings, fan interaction, and viewer retention. He is already talking about what will happen next, which suggests that he is well aware of the pressure to keep the show running. But can Love and Marriage Huntsville continue to run without her? Without Melody, the show won't be the same, that much is clear. But does that mean it's deteriorating? Or is Carlos working on a bigger scheme? The primary concern is the impact Melody's exit would have on Love and Marriage Huntsville's viewership. Regardless of your opinion of her, she had a significant role in the show's success. Her financial transactions, emotional struggles, and contentious disputes held the attention of the audience. Without her, will the show become less vibrant? Many fans have already declared they will no longer watch since they believe her departure is the beginning of the end. That begs the question of who could replace her. Can someone fill the void? It takes more than just a strong voice to replace Melody, even though some cast members are charismatic enough to do it. It's about history, fan loyalty, and the organic tension that first attracted viewers. They may bring fresh energy, but will a fresh face do the same? Then comes the most crucial question. Will Melody's disappearance cause viewers to lose interest? Some reality shows have managed to continue after losing key cast members, while others collapse under the weight of change. If Love and Marriage Huntsville has too many modifications, devoted fans can lose interest and go on to something else. What about the wild card itself? If Melody comes back at all, reality TV is unpredictable, and exits aren't always definitive. If the program struggles without her, or if the right moment comes up, could she make a stunning return? Some believe she's truly done, while others claim she's just playing the long game. Destiny took an unexpected turn when Melody and Carlos stopped being partners and started competing with one another. Without a doubt, though, this drama is far from over. Since there is one thing that is certain, this drama on reality TV is far from ended. Because on reality TV, when a door closes, Love and Marriage Huntsville revolved around Melody Shari, who was more than just a character. But as we all know, power relations may change suddenly on reality TV. Carlos King wanted everyone to remember who was in charge in this particular situation. Carlos King is a well-known figure and not simply another reality TV producer. His experience and performance is clear. From Love and Marriage Huntsville to The Real Housewives of Atlanta, he has a knack for producing captivating entertainment that attracts viewers. However, he is also renowned for his strategic thinking skills. He creates stars, but he knows when to change the subject if one of the performers begins to dominate. His success in this line of work can be attributed to that. He realizes that reality TV is a machine and that no one is more important than the show. Melody and Carlos appeared to get along well at work for a while. However, as Melody's brand began to grow outside of the program, things began to change. She was building her own kingdom instead of depending on Marriage and Love in Huntsville. She was starting a skincare line and pursuing a singing career outside of reality TV. Additionally, a reality star may generate issues with producers if they become overly independent. Rumor had it that production and Melody were at odds. Melody didn't always agree with the way the program was managed, according to a number of insiders. According to reports, she objected to the way some articles were being promoted. She was reportedly annoyed by the editing decisions as well. Things may get heated when reality stars feel like they are losing control of their own story. The crucial concern then arose. Does Carlos King consider Melody's influence to be a threat? When a celebrity starts to exert too much authority, it wouldn't be the first time a producer has had to make difficult choices.